What's up guys and welcome to the channel. In this video we're gonna take a look at the Pulsar Xlite. The shape reminds you quite a bit of the legendary EC2 and it's exactly the same shape as the Vonage Ultra Custom Ergo. These lightweight Ergo mice usually make me a headshot machine, but later in this video we're gonna find out how I perform with the Xlite. For a mouse that's specified to be 49 grams, this is very well built. There is absolutely no side flex, top flex or creaking. The mouse does not feel very premium in hand though. That's mostly down to this OEM mouse kind of coating. The coating does pick up some fingerprints and it's not very creepy, but it's by no means horrible. The Xlite is slightly front heavy, but because of the extremely low weight, this does not cause any issues for me. This is not quite a standard lightweight Ergo mouse though. It has this exoskeleton build where there is pretty much no bottom plate. It's an interesting idea and the finish looks great on the Xlite. Pretty much the whole shell has these line-like holes. This is also something new and having these kinds of holes is pretty genius in my opinion. These holes basically do not bother me at all. Looking at the main mouse buttons, they are equipped with Omron 20Ms. The click feeling is alright, but it's not quite consistent. And this is an issue what I would like to see fixed. When I click the mouse button from the front edge of the mouse, the click is quite mushy. Moving towards the back, it does become more tactile. For me, this inconsistency causes an issue, because I like to have my fingers right near the edge of the mouse. Other than that, there is minimal amount of pre-travel, but there is some post-travel on these clicks, especially on the right mouse button. Button wobble is pretty much non-existent, there is nothing whatsoever that I can feel in game, and I actually can't even make these buttons to wobble. The side buttons are using MWK switches. They feel super good in my unit, there is pretty much no pre-travel on either one of the buttons. But there is some post-travel on the front mouse button, but that does not bother me in game at all. The back side button is close to perfect on my unit. Both of the buttons are really tactile and crispy, and they are easy to actuate. The scroll wheel has defined and tactile steps, and it's still very smooth. It feels very nice in games and in general use. Actuating the scroll wheel click requires a medium amount of force. There is no DPI button to be found, so you can only control the DPI from the drivers. All in all, the buttons are good, but I think that the main mouse buttons need some improvements. It's not the Omron 20M switch that causes these issues, but it's the button design, and I wish that Pulsar can improve this in the future. For example, separating the buttons from the shell could actually help a lot with this issue. The sensor in the mouse is the Pixar 3370, and it's pretty much a perfect sensor. There are no issues with the Pulsar implementation. DPI deviation is on normal levels, and the 1000 Hz polling rate step is stable. Of course, there is absolutely no acceleration, and the mouse feels responsive. The lift-off distance is actually very low. With the low setting, it's under 1 dVd. If you prefer higher lift-off distance, there is also the high step. From the drivers, you can also control the debounce setting for the buttons. I suggest using 2 millisecond debounce. Depending on the implementation, this can actually affect click latency, and that is why with most mice I recommend to use the lowest setting. But if you experience any kind of double clicking issues, use a higher step. The cable on the Xlite is by no means flexible. It's quite stiff and heavy, and you can definitely feel that in a mouse that's this lightweight. The cable also holds its shape very well, and luckily Pulsar actually provides a micro bungee with this mouse. For a mid to high sense user like myself, this bungee is pretty much the best there is. You can set the cable so that it does not touch the mousepad at all. With this setup there is absolutely no drag or friction with the cable and your mousepad. Now I'm actually using this bungee instead of the Razer bungee version 2 that I have. By the way guys, we are on our way to 4,000 subscribers, so if you enjoy my content, hit that subscribe button. For mouse feet, the Pulsar Xlite has 4 pure virgin PTFE feet. The feet are quite small, and these are not the best feet if you are using a rough surface. For example, even with the Longtang SE that's somewhat rough, the experience is not great at all. There is way too much feedback with the rough surface. With smooth pads like the Esports Tiger Neon pad, there are no issues and the glide is good. I would like to see larger feet, but then they would actually need to change the bottom plate. The stock feet are 0.6mm thick, but Pulsar does provide those extra feet that are 0.8mm thick. For me, those feet felt a little bit better with rough surfaces than the stock ones, but the experience with those rough surfaces is still not great. For the shape, the mouse will feel very familiar to those who have tried an EC2 or a Pwnage Ultra Custom Ergo. It's definitely on the medium to large or large side. The Xlite is very comfortable to any kind of claw grip with medium to large hands. With my 19x10cm hands, I can also palm grip the mouse. If you have small hands, palm grip is most likely gonna be the most comfortable grip style. And I do not recommend for anyone to buy an Ergo mouse for fingertip grip. Regarding my in-game performance, I played very well with the mouse. But the Pulsar Xlite did not make me any more of a headshot machine than I already am. I played well in CSGO and Call of Duty. The issues that I found with the button design and the feet kind of got to me, and I did not enjoy gaming with the Xlite too much. Don't get me wrong though, this is a very promising first mouse from Pulsar. $60 is a decent price for the mouse, but I would like to see it for $50. That would make it a little bit more competitive in my opinion. The Xlite can be great with a few small fixes. One is changing the bottom plate so that the feet can be larger. This would increase the weight a little bit, but I do not care about few grams. And then improving the button design so the clicks can feel more consistent. Easier to actuate and more tactile clicks would not hurt. But that's pretty much it for the video. Once more, it's a good mouse, but with a few fixes it can be great. The micro bungee is an absolute banger. And now you can even buy these separate. That's it for now. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you enjoy my content, hit that subscribe button, and see you in the next one.
Just